don't even care about the draft. You have to really start thinking about the map. It seems like so many times they're not giving any respect to where Cloud9 not only could be, but should be. You know, when they're getting their carries back in base, no flash, they're still walking up and stuff like that. So let's see if they can construct a team comp that they can operate to get back into this game. And Annie is actually a really good place to start. MNS had a lot of good stuns and initiations on them in the last team.
Well, that is the first pick for the side of Golden Guardians. Also locking in the Zeri. This is by far Stixxay's most played champion in spring. 13 plays on that. Second most was Lucian at 8. And there's the Ahri that you were talking about with that buy, Vedius. They're immediately going to pick that one up for C9, as well as going for the Jinx in the marksman position.
The Zeri is actually where the Golden Guardians run all began, back in LCS playoffs, when they got their first upset over 100 Thieves. And it was Stixxay who jumped forward on the Zeri, got the kill on the double lift, got them their reverse sweep in that playoff series, and then they started their climb. I don't think it's going to be the lock-in, so I'm not falling for the hovers.
I was really excited for the Yasuo Gragas run back. Something that we saw against BLG. A part of me was like, if you had just locked in the Gragas here, you could have had that flexibility, and maybe C9 don't see it coming, so that you can then get the Yasuo in the second rotation. If they had locked in the Yasuo, I was wondering if they would then had alternative jungle options. The fact that they've gone for the Kha'Zix here, I'm not as much of a fan of. Of course, this Annie's still a very flexible pick, so it seems like that GG wanted to make sure that they had a jungle matchup that they were confident in, and the ability to also keep some of their cards hidden.
The Nautilus will be the first ban of the second half here for Golden Guardians. Olaf banned out by C9.
Yeah, I expect another support ban here from Golden Guardians. Try to continue to whittle down on the support list. Cloud9 pool for Zven.
I think Thresh, Tahm Kench, both the most common. Because I think right now what they're thinking of is Annie support seems to be the direction that they're going. Of course, Annie mid I think is still great into the Ahri. The Lulu also makes a lot of sense, but right now this is very much looking like a Thresh game for Zven. But of course this then does give the option for Golden Guardians to flex the Annie into the mid lane, and then they can potentially answer with a Blitzcrank.
Yeah, I like the Lulu ban because not only do you not have to deal with the super sped up Jinx later on, but also the polymorph is very difficult for Kha'Zix to navigate team fights with. It's already kind of hard for Kha'Zix when you have to go into a Vi team. You're assuming the Vi is going to use the ultimate onto the Zeri, but they can use it to squish the bug as well if he builds Assassin.
Well, the Blitzcrank, Olaf, Lulu, Nautilus, all taken off the table. What is going to be our next pick for the Golden Guardians here before they get to see the entirety of the C9 draft? I hope nobody gets baited by Rammus. They already have Kha'Zix. It's not happening. It's not happening. Talia locked in for the mid lane instead.
All right, hovered previously, but we actually get the lock in here. So it is going to be Gori. Talia has been very, very good with it. There is a lot of damage with that plus the Kha'Zix, but there's not really anything to set up the Talia seismic shove from jungle. So probably looking at these stuns from Huhi, from Annie to be the main initiator. And on the side for Cloud9, rounded out with a little bit more beef.
I just think that when you look at Cloud9's draft, it is about the most meta you can get. If they round out with a Thresh, like, they could also go for Leona if they want a little bit more engage, a little bit more follow-up. It looks like they're going in the direction of Peel, offering a little bit more utility. The Tahm Kench was something we talked about earlier. But like, C9 have come into this tournament, you know, they had their ideas about how to play the game, and after scrimming, after practicing, they said, this is what we think is the strongest, and this is like one of the strongest drafts you can get for yourself. And I feel like that Golden Guardians have kind of constructed a draft together where they've got elements of comfort, but in terms of C9's agency in the early game, their scaling, the ability to play through their bot side of the map, the amount of peel that they have, the mid jungle, it's just, I feel like C9 have so many tools in the early game to just dismantle Golden Guardians.
Well, the final pick for Golden Guardians was the Poppy there for the top lane for Licorice. He will be able to stop dashes from the Vi, from the Gragas, from the Ahri. So that entire top side, which is, you know, usually what you're dealing with during the early game, during the laning phase as a top laner, he'll have the ability to try to outplay all of those. Of course, it's not going to do a whole lot versus Jinx. Getting excited, just running straight at you, steadfast presence won't do a whole lot there. But I'm looking at Licorice particularly as one of the guys who's been stepping up for Golden Guardians in this incredible run that they've had in the best split the organization has ever had since joining the LCS. MSS to be one of the X factors if they want to last more than 3 games here.
Looking to cement their dominance as the best LCS representative in MSI.
All right, let's get it started. Could be the last game of the series if it goes Cloud9's way, but Golden Guardians want to stop that streak here. Huhi starting off here in the side brush on mid lane, seeing if maybe EMENES just gets a little cheeky walking up here. Huhi will move towards him. Yeah, scare him with the shield. All right, that's about all we get. Never mind, maybe not. Zven lick, gives him a lick.
2 licks?
Takes 3.
It does.
Tootsie Pop rules here in League of Legends.
I don't know what a
Wow,
Tootsie
that's the
Pop
answer?
is.
To get to the center, it's literally only 3. Okay. If it's Tahm Kench, I guess. Yeah. If it's Tahm Kench doing the licking, yeah, it only takes 3 to
Don't
get
worry,
to the
Chad,
center.
I don't understand this reference either. This is...
It's old NA meme.
Welcome to America.
Yeah, I thought you were American now.
Okay. Hell yeah, brother.
All right, well, let's see how things are starting off here in the jungle. We do have both of our junglers starting off at their respective blue buffs. River on the Kha'Zix, Blaber on the Vi. Remember, the Vi has been banned first phase in both of the previous games, so this is going to be the first time we get to see it here in this series.
And because Golden Guardians bottom lane leash for the Kha'Zix, it is going to allow Berserker and Zven early brush control, early control of the minion wave here. It did allow Zven to get the 1Q off, trying to get some harassment going here.
Keeping my eyes on the matchups right now, seeing where that priority does exist. Looks like Talia getting a bit of an early shove. As to be expected against Ahri, who starts with the W, doesn't quite have the same wave clear. Also, a lot of damage being taken there by MSI. Licorice doing the same thing in the top lane. Kind of the shining star, I feel, for Golden Guardians overall. His performance this MSI has been immaculate. Licorice stonks on the rise. And we'll see if he can have an impactful performance this game. His ultimate, I think, is probably the biggest swing factor that we can see in these upcoming fights. I forget exactly which game it was, but like that 3-man Poppy ultimate that came through to swing the Baron. Blaber now hovering around mid lane. Our observers are highlighting it for us. Level 3 trying to come through for MSI. There it is.
And nope, Charm doesn't hit, so Blaber can't follow it up with the Vault Breaker. Gori, nice job avoiding the pressure. Immediately, Seismic shoves EMENES back and forces him to flash away. Gori wants the kill, but he just barely doesn't get it. Even with the Corrupting Potion burn, it's EMENES surviving with 14 HP.
So, props to Gori. Really nice trading in the what is effectively a 2v1 with the early presence from Blaber. River has been doing a full clear from bot to top, so he's going to build that advantage as we see trading in the bot lane.
Bottom side, Zven jumps in, finds Huhi. Eats a lot of damage from Stixxay on the way back out. Berserker tries to trade some of those auto attacks back and forth. All 4 players sitting around the half HP point here.
And because they saw Blaber cross through mid going for that gank that ultimately resulted in an almost kill for Gori, it allows Kha'Zix to securely get topside Scuttle Crab, get the deep ward by Blue and Gromp as well, to be able to give Licorice a lot more confidence and safety.
Now Blaber down here towards the bottom side of the map, but the wave is shoved so far up, he's just hovering around, making sure these guys can get that wave into the turret. Stixxay down to 150 HP, but Berserker is ignited, and he has to back away now as well. Huhi keeps on chasing him, little bit of CC there on Zven, but C9 can back it off.
C9 with really good bot side vision once again. They secured the early Scuttle Crab wards on the entrances as well. Means that they know they can go for these trades, given that River is nowhere to be seen on the bot side of the map. He is hovering around mid right now, knowing MSI doesn't have flash. Pre-6 Ahri is very susceptible to ganks. Look at how he's navigating his way through the darkness. Our observers highlighting for us how C9 right now don't have information. The ward will come through.
And that's going to spot out the jungler. So Berserker and Zven know it's time to get out of town. River seeing if he can go through, find the opportunity. Nope, he finds a W, and that's about it.
Yeah, they've still got all sums here for the Cloud9 bottom lane, so exhaust ready for the Kha'Zix. They just back off, give respect, and then slip back in for the minion wave.
And they should be able to pick up this wave pretty easily here, considering River has already retreated back into his own jungle. There's no threat of a dive. Cloud9 should farm up all of these minions A-OK. Farm between those 2 hyper carries in the bottom lane, very easy. Honestly, farm across the board, practically tied. Mid lane, the largest exception, and it's only about a wave difference, favoring EMENES' Ahri.
Props to Golden Guardians once again. Their laning continues to be strong. Game 1 was a little bit debatable. in the bot side of the map, given that early skirmish that didn't go their way, but 2 and 3, they've been finding advantages in the 2v2. CS though, still pretty favorable for C9 for the time being. TP's invested top side of the map. We're considering an early dragon as we get closer to the 6-minute mark as Gori hits level 6. Nice knockback.
Oh, MNS in some trouble here. Remember, he already used the flash earlier, so he's bug food. It's River getting first blood here for Golden Guardians.
Once again, Gori finds MNS. They get the kill before the reinforcements from Cloud9 can even get there.
Look at how close MNS is to level 6. You see that little pink bar underneath the icon? That is, look, he is so close. He's 100%, and he's not even level 6 yet. That was the window that Golden Guardians had, and they were able to find it.
Oof, Gori is styling on them right now. Not only mid-dipping, but also soaking so much pressure, getting bottom lane summoners blown as Zven tried to go in on him. I mean, I was worried in Champ Select. I was like, oh man, this Taliyah not as cool when you have a Kha'Zix jungle and there's no setup for the seismic shove, but turns out Gori doesn't need the setup. Been able to land it thus far. On the reset though, Cloud9 are able to get the dragon since they stuck around and tried to get that extra force.
Very early first Drake here for C9. Not even 7 minutes into the game, they will pick that one up. Considering we're still over 60 seconds away from the Herald spawning, we may also see them be able to set up for that here in a little bit. But Blaber collects that. The Scuttle Crab then spawns right after, so very obvious thing for him to do next, as they also have bottom lane priority with Berserker and Zven shoving that wave into the turret. Stixxay and Huhi will just have to try to farm this up. And Blaber grabbing the crab, still not quite level 6 just yet.
Yeah, he's really close though, and then that's where the true power of the Ahri buy gets unlocked. So when Blaber gets one more camp, as we have a bottom lane trade here, maybe then he can go get his ultimate.
Stixxay gets rooted by the Chompers there, loses a lot of HP. Only 300 left there on the Zeri as Golden Guardians bottom lane has to back up under the turret, continue that farming. Zven and Berserker not afraid to trade aggressively with these guys, even this far pushed up in the lane.
Yeah, a lot of volatility here on the bottom side. So with junglers off of these two camps, Kha'Zix gets his level 6. Off of Krugs, Blaber should get his. There it is. There's going to be blood in the water down here pretty soon.
Stixxay level 6 on the Zeri. Very critical difference between the marksmen right now. Is EMENES level 7 on the Ahri, hovering down here in the river, seeing if there's an opportunity to move. But with Gori and River both there, they're going to stop him from moving any further forwards. They're also going to clear out the control wards in the pixel brush, in the side brush there of mid lane. Zven and Berserker still pushed up here in bottom side. Berserker level 6 now. Zven only at half HP though on the TK. And once again, Gori, these seismic shoves just do not miss. He lines himself up so that he can throw the rocks at EMENES. But EMENES dashes away to barely keep himself alive. They stun up Zven, and it's River getting a second kill.
Golden Guardians once again coming out, slamming here in the early game. Mid lane, it's an absolute slugfest. Gori keeps forcing things out of MNS.
He's the Vi on her way mid.
Ultimate.
Blaber goes in for it, finds the ulti. EMENES cannot close the distance to get the charm. So Gori just walks it off, throws him a FlyQuest emblem, and walks away.
Oh my goodness. Gori is getting so many cooldowns out of Cloud9. MNS doesn't want to fully commit to that because if he does, he gets in range, he's going to get blown up in the trade, even with Vi there. And so now you lose your first Vi ultimate as Cloud9, as well as the Ahri ultimate.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Gori. You saw the Q, we both thought the same thing. We're like, oh, he just needs to point that the right way, and that's going to force a flash out from the Ahri. But unfortunately, wasn't quite able to connect it. And that means that EMENES will just be forced back, but this does give a window for River to secure the first Herald. Licorice could be in a bit of danger.
Ooh, nice flash there from Licorice, making sure he doesn't get knocked backwards by the ultimate from Fudge.
Yep, good disengage. Licorice has been a shining light for the Golden Guardians so far this tournament, throughout their playoffs runs as well. I think in this game, though, I'm looking at River. Kha'Zix got the early kills there, so you cash in with a bunch of vision control. This is a big snowballing item here, the Umbral Glaive, and now he's looking top with it.
Nice use of the steadfast presence there. Licorice was waiting on him. He makes sure he's got it, and River is set up for the third kill of the game.
Yeah, this Kha'Zix is quite fed. Rift Herald and 3 kills. He is the game right now.
Wow. You talked about, coming into this game, Kobe, the mid jungle is who we need to track. but we both agreed that it was MNS Blaber that you needed to track with the Ahri Vi, but it's Gori and River that are coming alive right now. Licorice will secure himself another plate. River with this Herald can really start to funnel more gold into whether it be Gori or the bot side of the map. Uses the E to get into the brush as quickly as possible. Fudge realizes something is wrong. The dash gets interrupted by the steadfast presence. Licorice then stuns him against the wall. The flash comes through from Fudge, but it's not enough to get away. He only makes himself isolated, and River picks up another kill.
I want Licorice as my top laner. He avoids the enemy play even as they're setting it up. Then he sets up a perfect kill for the jungler. River, though,
Zven looking for an engage there, but can't land on anybody. So River can just easily keep himself out of harm's way. Cloud9 has 4 men in this bot side River. Fudge is still up top. He has no teleport to be able to join the rest of the C9 squad. Golden Guardians also sending 4 men down to this bottom side as Berserker loses half HP and Stixxay's ready to go in on that very scary Zeri. The Kench hits the bench and Berserker tries to get away. Stixxay puts some bullets in his face and Golden Guardians are up 5-0.
Golden Guardians find fight after fight, and they found another one.
Gori now looking to potentially be picked as EMENES gets one back. Working with Blaber, finally the Vi-Ahri combination showing up. But it's not enough because it's still just an even trade with Golden Guardians now using the Herald in the bottom lane to get even more.
yeah, honestly, the Cloud9 kill is just a footnote here at the paragraph that is Golden Guardians' dominance. Herald into the tower as well. Stixxay splits on those. That was a huge flank there from Stixxay, waiting in the brush. Pops the Zeri ultimate, gets a huge chunk onto Berserker as they're walking down. Cloud9 think they've got an easy road ahead of them, but look at that, that's 400 damage, 500, boom. That is your ultimate already down. They follow the flash, put them in the dirt, and then we finally do see, yes, the rebuttal of the Ahri Vi, the fearsome combo. They get Gori, the man that has caused them so many issues so far this game, drawn so many cooldowns, but it's just that one drop in the bucket of one kill.
Flowers, at the beginning of the game, you mentioned that this was Stixxay's most played champion. And you have to wonder, when your backs are against the wall, it's very common for many Western teams to default to comfort when you feel under pressure. You know, just if you're going to go out, you may as well go out knowing that you did your very best on a champion that you feel so confident on. And the confidence level that we're seeing from Stixxay, the individual agency that he has as the champion, it feels like night and day.
All right, all that's left now for Golden Guardians, you need to transition this through the mid game by tracking Cloud9 and containing their movements.
And I mentioned it last game, it's traditionally around the time that plates fall down where Golden Guardians struggle to maintain that forward momentum. We got about 45 seconds left until we hit that 14-minute mark, and we're just about where we were in the previous game in terms of the gold lead, about 2,500. So this is Golden Guardians' chance to redeem themselves and do in game 3 what they could not do in game number 2. Licorice using the Poppy ultimate there to disengage the dive that Cloud9 was setting up on the Poppy.
Yeah, these small plays from Licorice, flashing on the Gragas ultimate to be able to get himself out last time. Just uses his own ult here, combo breaker on the 4-person roam from Cloud9, stopping that play before it even gets started. Doesn't look like a lot, but those are the timers I'm talking about, and those movements from Cloud9. Here we go, though.
Gori getting hit by the Everfrost. EMENES having that extra little bit of CC to guarantee his charm. Works out well, waits till the rocks disappear to start using his dashes there on his ulti. Flashes away from the seismic shove. Gori is taken low. Berserker wins the fight, and EMENES barely lives.
AD carries, can they chase down the other one? Yeah, in the fight of mid laners, it is Berserker who gets paid. Honestly, Cloud9 are quite happy with that one. Huhi's on the chase here, though. Any lazy recalls? No, sir.
Almost. Oh, but
Huhi,
now, Huhi's the one who is overextended. Unfortunately for the Golden Guardians, that is just a gift-wrapped kill back over to C9. And that 1v1 ends up turning into 2 kills for the 2 carries of Cloud9.
That's actually an assisted kill plus a Tibbers kill there. So quite a nice little
Is it happening again?
delivery.
Gentlemen, is it happening again? Golden Guardians, this is how it started last game. Oh, Gori dies bot lane. You know, it's whatever. It's fine. You can forgive him that. But it was the pick after that that then blew the game wide open. And these picks, this mid-game from Golden Guardians is where they need to be so careful. The 1v1 was incredibly close. It could have swung either way. EMENES and Berserker end up getting the better of that trade there. The goal lead's still in favor of Golden Guardians. They need to stay calm, think about their position on the map, and not allow C9 to regain control of game 3.
Nice little bit of patience from Zven there, not backing up into the seismic shove that was placed by Gori. Huhi flashing over the wall as Blaber arrives with the Vault Breaker to deal some serious damage. EMENES again, it's the Everfrost making the difference over and over again, but Zven dies in trade, but they're gonna get another one back, and this time it's Huhi and Gori. Dead on the ground for the Golden Guardians. C9 get a 2-for-1.
It starts with one pick and it ends in another. Pick after pick, Cloud9 have quickly closed the kill gap, but the goal gap remains. Golden Guardians not going to lose too much off the back of this initially. C9 still have the ultimate from Blaber, and that's what he's threatening right now. They'll move over to the Herald, though, and claim their prize for finding 2 kills.
Yeah, I really like the timing here from Cloud9 on forcing that, because remember, it all starts with Blaber being willing to trade his flash for Huhi's flash. The Annie flash, very, very oh, never mind, we're actually going to contest this. Licorice from the top side.
Yeah, Licorice thinking about it, but the Herald has already been claimed by the side of Cloud9, and now Licorice can only knock away Fudge. He ends up giving over another free kill. It's looking a lot like deja vu, gentlemen. The Golden Guardians' small mistakes keep adding up.
Did you just speak that into existence, Vedius?
Oh, Golden Guardians looking for a 4-man play, a dive under the tier 1 turret. They're gonna get Fudge at least. Tier 1 plus Fudge, that's some money back to stop this game from swinging the other direction. But the problem is, the Herald was summoned up immediately in the top side, and now Berserker and Blaber are ready to use it to knock down the tier 2. Those are worth a lot of money, my friends. There it goes, tier 2 is down, but the Golden Guardians are on their way. Zven's trying to walk it off. He's got Berserker right next to him. River wants in. He just hit level 11. He's got the Evolve W now for the extra slow and the extra AoE. Zven gobbles up Berserker, wants to get him out. They're trying to use Steadfast Presence to stop it. Licorice with a flash forward. Berserker is shut down and Gori gets the kill. Nicely done from the Golden Guardians to get something else off the back.
So while the picks are good for Golden Guardians, they're not trying to concede too much on the map. The problem is it's C9 that are still claiming objectives on the map. You highlighted it, Flowers. The fact that they got the tier 2 tower in the top lane as well, and Berserker just continues to get gold. Look at that, BF pickaxe picked up on his last back. He's basically got the Infinity Edge. He only needs a little bit more gold. Like, Golden Guardians are finding picks. They're still contesting Cloud9, but it's Cloud9 that are very quickly regaining control of the map once more.
At least that last pick for Golden Guardians, where Licorice expends his teleport and his flash W to get the kill onto Berserker, means Berserker is now walking from base over to the Dragon. So that last pick might secure them the Dragon unless Fudge gets some miracle of a steal, and there's a very big mishap with Smite.
Well, that's not gonna happen. So Golden Guardians will get their second Drake of the game. Not yet on Soul Point because C9 did get that Cloud Drake earlier, but it's a 2,000 gold lead. Not even that, honestly, a little bit south of that value here for the Golden Guardians. What do they need to do? What do you guys want to see this team do next? It has to be something prioritizing this Kha'Zix that's got 5 kills.
Well, you kind of want to keep things simple, so you want to play for the outer towers. You know that the Dragon isn't available anymore. Baron is spawning in about a minute's time, so ideally you want to keep your Poppy on the bot side of the map. Maybe you even send Gori there if you're concerned about TP influence. But ideally you keep this bot side pushed in, you then rotate your Poppy up from bot into mid, and then you threaten with 4 up towards the top side. You play a traditional 4-1, leverage your numbers to threaten that top tower and secure another objective, and you expect then Cloud9 to cross map. But the problem for Cloud9 is they don't want to concede this vision around the Baron. So you'll see right now, Blaber and EMENES still hovering around the topside river, making sure that there's no risk of a potential steal, especially when Fudge doesn't have TP and neither does EMENES.
And when you're trying to get the map into that state, the big thing you have to avoid for Golden Guardians is avoid those picks. Avoid EMENES and Blaber hiding in the shadows here with the Ahri Vi. Those two have been the beginning of the punishment.
So I think initially this is quite promising from Golden Guardians, leveraging their numbers to move into mid, and then they rotate through the river so they can clear out the topside river vision, and then start threatening this tower. EMENES is hovering with Blaber. Maybe this is where they find that pick.
Blaber jumps over the wall, River and Huhi retreating from this topside river as EMENES clears out that wave in the topside. Just about to hit 20 minutes, the Baron spawning. Golden Guardians still a little bit ahead, but the battle for the vision in the topside river remains. You can see there, the Shirelli is used by Huhi but it doesn't result in a whole lot.
But look at the bot wave now, because the problem for C9 is Fudge doesn't have his teleport available. This bot wave is pushed in, and this is the window where you want to start like threatening C9 into an uncomfortable situation, but Golden Guardians are choosing to back. So Fudge has all the time in the world to clear out this bot wave. He should now have the teleport back available, and that risk of trying to cross-map anything, putting C9 under pressure, Golden Guardians have missed that window.
Golden Guardians still in control, still in a pretty even game state. But the past 2 games, fresh in their minds, they know that they can't afford to give away some of these small errors that have been costing them so much previously. Medjai's Soulstealer currently on 6 stacks for EMENES. He has the stopwatch in his inventory. Big purchase available there. Also, Gori having a stopwatch. Remember, this is one of the huge things against Vi. Once she ults, yes, you can't get away from her, but she's also not getting away from your location. A stopwatch can be a great tool to turn around those plays that would otherwise go the other direction. So Blaber and the rest of Cloud9 are going to have to be careful about overcommitting onto a target like that.
Okay, so once again, Golden Guardians, they've got the bottom lane pushed, make a hard shove into the top side to try and put pressure on that exposed outer tower, but they're just catching here. Nobody's moving in aggressively to try and set up the play themselves. And these Chemtech Scryer's plants are so detrimental to your vision game. Pop that thing and you just move in, sweep it all out.
Okay, Golden Guardians have found their moment. They want to go in right now. EMENES isolated from the rest of the team, but because he's Ahri, he's got the multiple dashes. He can get over the blue wall, get over the Weaver's wall, and get back to his teammates. So Golden Guardians will not get any pick here.
They're trying to force the TP out from Fudge. They know that Licorice is already here. He's going to secure that objective. The ultimate is gone from EMENES.
Well, the Baron's dropping pretty rapidly. 3,000 HP
That's
left.
big.
They eject Blaber. Beautifully done from the Golden Guardians to claim the Baron at 22 minutes.
That is a really important play from Golden Guardians. C9 were playing the map very well, but they finally secured an objective. Now they can't. Don't over-push this, Golden Guardians. Reset, get control your waves. They need to move back to mid.
That snipe from Licorice, though. Poppy ultimate here towards these Baron pit. Like, that is not guaranteed. He's able to land it. They get the Baron, they burn it down. Yeah, they gave up 1 dragon, but it's huge.
Oh, EMENES at only 40% HP. Remember, the Ahri has no ulti. EMENES having a flash away as River takes damage from Blaber, and EMENES retreats back into the red buff on his own side. Now Blaber's going to take so much damage, and he finally dies with Stixxay finding the auto attacks. Licorice here, trying to lead the charge, slamming him back into the wall. Gori grabs the kill, and EMENES goes down. Golden Guardians shine bright, and they get a 2 for nothing.
They're not done yet. Now they've got control of the entire map with their Rift, with their Baron buff here, immediately taking Cloud9 for everything.
Huge props to Licorice in that fight, because when River tries to come in from the flank, C9 immediately turn their attention to him. But Licorice, really quick thinking, flashes onto the back line and just creates chaos. Focuses EMENES, forces Zven to immediately backpedal and try to peel, and that splits the fights up onto 2 fronts, giving Golden Guardians the space to play that front to back and come out ahead.
Much better focus from the Golden Guardians this time around. Now you see their map movements once again. They send the split pusher up to the top side, exposed tower there for the Poppy, while the rest of the team gets over here to the objective on Dragon. They get 2 for 1. Cloud9 trying to come back from their base during this, so should be tower and Dragon. Snap for Golden Guardians here. A lot of defense for Cloud9 goes up towards Licorice, but he knows not to overextend. He has had so many small, smart plays.
And now they have a 4,000 gold lead. They have Soul Point, and they have Baron for just under 1 more minute. Golden Guardians, best game state they've had so far in the series, I would say. Cloud9, finally the ones trying to find their way back into this one and weather the storm that the Guardians are unleashing upon them here, taking control over the red side jungle of C9, placing down that vision, choking them out, making the rift very small for the Cloud9 players.
Golden Guardians continue to push, set up the 1-4. The TP comes in from EMENES from top into mid. Golden Guardians should be fine sacrificing that top wave. They don't need it. Keep the pressure up. Leverage as much of the Baron as you can. 20 seconds left. River, though, isolated.
River found out by Blaber. They want the damage from EMENES, and they got it. The shutdown back over to C9 as EMENES looks for a little bit more. Gori's going to be the target, but Licorice slams the enemy mid laner back into the wall. EMENES taken very low with the stopwatch, keeps him alive as now another kill comes through, and Gori is down too. Licorice staying and fighting here in the Raptor pit as Huhi and Stixxay show up, and Stixxay, rat-a-tat-tat, fire the cat! Berserker fights back, and it's a rocket to the face! Cloud9's AD carry will not go quietly into the night. Licorice and Fudge in a 1v1 off to the side as Fudge is trying to get away and build some distance. He throws the cast back as Berserker beautifully spaces out Huhi and shows why he's the best AD carry in North America. Licorice will finally finish him off, but it's a bloodbath in the bot side.
Look at Berserker's reaction there. He's having fun on stage. Oh my, it takes a Licorice to make him sit down. Here we go though. Vi plus Ahri is a kill. Kha'Zix is down. Then they're trapped inside here though. Licorice pins the Ahri, gets the W interrupt into the wall. Gori has his own Zonias, but so does MNS to buy more time for the rest of the team to get there. Then you think Stixxay is gonna pop off. He's got this one in the bag. He flashes forward. He's chasing down kills. True Zeri fashion. Pops his shield bow.
His autos are just out of range. Berserker.
He dodges the W on this side and the other Q just outside of range.
Oh my word.
Pixel perfect range here from Berserker on those rockets, and then he follows it up with only 100 HP, doing the same thing to Huhi just out of range.
Berserker channeling the spirit of Uzi with this auto spacing, just making his opponents look silly as he dances around them. 5,733 damage, but Stixxay dealing 7,420. A tale of 280 carries in that team fight damage chart.
Don't get it twisted. You know, the fact that Golden Guardians were able to turn that around, that was a very good pick initially from C9. And then Golden Guardians fought their way back. Licorice continues to impress me. He's very confident and comfortable on the Poppy, and he makes his presence known. But C9 immediately back out onto the map. They take the mid tower, the bot lane secured for Golden Guardians, and we reset. The Dragon spawns in a minute and a half, the Baron in a minute's time. Golden Guardians in a very good position, but C9 once again showcasing their resilience and how you cannot afford to make a single misstep against the powerhouse that is Cloud9.
And this situation becomes very nerve-wracking from Cloud9's position because of the fact that you have that Baron spawning and the Drake spawning too. No, it's not an Elder Drake yet, but it's a very valuable objective for Golden Guardians to take because it gives you soul. For Cloud9, not so much. It means Golden Guardians have a natural advantage in terms of pulling their opponents back and forth between these two objectives. And I'm very curious to see how it plays out. The Baron only 10 seconds away right now. As you can see, MNS currently using the recall, getting back to base. He buys the Zhonya's Hourglass. That is a critical purchase before the upcoming fights.
I think with the danger that we just saw with the amount of firepower Berserker has, it's a little risky for Golden Guardians to do Baron. You have a much safer objective in the Dragon Soul coming up in only 40 seconds. But they don't care. Safety be damned. We're going for this Baron.
Golden Guardians is not a team to worry about safety as Blaber has to get away. River's at half HP, Blaber at about 2/3. Both junglers took a bit of a hit.
Just saying, the Dragon is way safer and a lot more value for Golden Guardians than for Cloud9. That thing's coming up. But for Cloud9's side,
Licorice.
Uh-oh, Licorice getting hit there by the Jinx. They forced the flash out. The Fudge's body slam and the chompers from the Jinx.
they're going to do it.
C9
scare
is
him
starting
back.
this. There's a good flank ward though to the left of the Baron pit that Licorice can TP into.
They want to make sure they don't get this stolen away. Cloud9 committing to the Baron for now. Still,
Poppy.
the River's over the wall. Where's the Poppy at? The Baron's going to be stolen away by the Golden Guardians. They've already found a kill on Blaber, and now they're going to find Fudge as well. Stixxay gets them both, and C9, 3v5. Golden Guardians have the Baron. Golden Guardians are going to the Soul, and Golden Guardians do not want to get swept out of MSI.
C9 take the gamble, but it is the hammer of Licorice that cements their grasp over the Baron. This will be a soul for Golden Guardians. This should be a game-winning position for the Golden Guardians. With the Baron buff and the soul, they will make their way towards the nexus of C9.
Licorice sets him up. River knocks it down with the Baron steal. Here they come.
Golden Guardians retreating now. They do not want to overstay and lose what they built here against Cloud9. Nice charm there coming out from MSI. Finds some damage on the Stixxay, but now they got to be careful because Berserker's going to get excited. Needs one more auto, but he won't find it. However, the Golden Guardians are ready to turn it around with MSI forced into the stopwatch now. The damage back on the Stixxay and the shutdown over to Blaber. Cloud9 have found the kill on the enemy AD carry, but health bars are low on both sides. Fudge in the front line. He has no protection. He barely gets himself out. Licorice is on the hunt. He needs to throw the shield one more time. MSI with the charm back over the wall to try to stop the Poppy as Licorice cannot secure the kill.
Never say it's over if Berserker is still breathing. He's full health on Jinx, looking for a little bit extra here. That peel to keep Licorice off of Fudge, allow the escape for the big man there to the top side. Cloud9, they're still fighting.
So when we look at this, the flank coming in from Licorice was massive. The bot lane is taken out of the equation. River dives in, is able to secure the smite steal. And it was a 2 versus 5. They were trapped in the pit with all 4 members, and Golden Guardians walk away with the Baron. And at this point, after securing the soul, you think, okay, maybe you just look to reset, but they wanted to keep the pressure up. They wanted to keep the push going, and that is where they made a fatal overstep that Cloud9 was quick to punish.
Yeah, that was some desperation, but back out to live.
No, this is the last
still
fight.
replay.
This is still the
Okay,
this is
Still replay, buddy. Still replay.
Let me see live. They started it off, as you can see, with the pick on the Stixxay. But my goodness, if they had gotten that one extra rocket onto Huhi to get excited a little earlier, Fudge came in with the flank though, he knocked in the Zeri, that's what started the Cloud9 comeback.
And now we're back to live, Kobe.
Okay.
Now we're ready to go and see how it plays out. Golden Guardians with a soul and with a 7,000 gold lead. Cloud9 with Berserker. That is what both teams are counting on right now. How this one's gonna go depends so much on the 80 carries and Licorice too, with this Poppy being such a playmaker. Vedius, you said it, this guy has been impressing here this game.
Golden Guardians stack this 5, continue the push in bot. The ultimate, well, both ultimates being threatened. One used from Gori to hit this tower, and they just can't quite get in range.
Not yet, Blaber. Okay, he vault breakers towards River, who can then get himself out of danger. 3.5 minutes till the Elder Drake, 2:45 until the Baron.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 ultimates are what Golden Guardian used to set themselves up for a guaranteed win on the team fight. You eject 2 people and then you trap the other ones inside the pit with your Taliyah ultimate, but at the base, a lot more difficult to do. Cloud9 defending on all sides here, and Berserker is approaching full build on the Jinx, just has to upgrade his last Whisper.
Yep. Super, super close to that late game 6-item nightmare. But on the other side, Stixxay is doing the same. You can see the broken stopwatch in his inventory once he has the money to turn that into a Guardian Angel. The Zeri will also be at 6 items. The 80 carries putting in so much work, both of them here in this game. Jungler sitting on 3 items, 4 items actually for River on the Kha'Zix. And in that top lane, the 2 movement speed tank items completed for Licorice. Just everything he can possibly get to give him the angles, make sure he can catch up to people, block him with the steadfast presence. This game is coming down to the wire. 33 minutes in, Golden Guardians and Cloud9. It's gonna come down to one big fight, I feel like.
It's a situation where conventionally I'd be talking about what Cloud9 need to think about moving in the next game. It's a situation where traditionally I'd be thinking about how Golden Guardians have this game in the bag, but C9 continue to find ways to fight back in this game. And the man on your screen right now, Berserker, as you rightly said, Kobe, as long as he breathes, Cloud9 will always have a chance of winning. Full build now completed for the AD carry of Cloud9.
Sir.
And look at the damage already, the positioning is good. And this is the biggest hurdle the Golden Guardians will have to overcome. Licorice on the flank.
Licorice looking for that angle. Throws a
Has he
ward down to the
found
bush.
it?
Oh, Berserker! He's been caught! Licorice with the flash and the engage and the shutdown and Stixxay with the damage! Cloud9 has already lost the fight. There's no way in hell you win it without Jinx! Licorice just won this game for the Golden Guardians! Blaber tries to escape, but River's ready to go right after him. Stixxay's on a killing spree. Licorice just found the angle.
Licorice continues to impress.
I said MSI, what a phenomenal pick. He found the most crucial carry on C9 and he sent him to the grave.
Their backs are against the wall. They picked the comfort champions. They trusted in Licorice, and against his old team, he stands tall in Game 3. Golden Guardians will not be swept out of MSI. They are not done playing just yet, and they are going to take out Cloud9 and get their first win here in the series.